We have, as Deepti said, we've got two very special guests. And before we can welcome them, as we all know, we are celebrating Navratras. And let us start with something to sort of say thank you to Mataji for everything that's been positive in our lives, that's been good in our lives, and ask her to give us more strength. So let's start with a Durga song, and then we will go on to introducing our first guest.
Nilanjana, we can't hear you. You're mute. You have to unmute yourself.
Thank you, Anjana. Wonderful Devi song, and we really like this bhajan. And your voice is really wonderful. Now, after this beautiful bhajan, we're gonna call our wonderful guest, Nalini ji, to share her inspiring story with all of us. Welcome, Nalini ji. How are you doing today?
Please unmute yourself, Nalini.
Okay, I did. Namaste, everyone.
Hello, welcome, Nalini ji. How are you doing today?
Good.
We would all like to hear your side of inspirational story of yours. Can you please tell us something about yourself?
My name is Nalini Vellaswamy, but to the world, to the friends, Facebook, I'm known as Nani Boo. So most of the time I post will be there on Facebook with the name of Nani Boo. Myself, a fashion designer. I'm a freelance designer. And I have my manufacturing unit in India. So I do a lot of, I travel between London and Mumbai a lot with work. But for the past 1 year and 2 months, I'm in the house.
So you've been working these amazing jobs all your life, and can you please tell us what did change after you had these health condition? How did it change your life, and how the COVID affect it more?
Well, my first story is very similar to Anju's story yesterday's. In the month of November, the year 2019, I was coming to London, the Mumbai airport. Suddenly, I had a blurry vision on my left eye, and I was immediately taken to the hospital, and I was hospitalized in Mumbai. And I came back to UK the month of November end, and straight away, after coming home, we went to the next day. We went to Moorfield Eye Hospital, and there I got to know I had a retinopathy hemorrhage, and they said after a week they will do a laser and I may get better. And I said fine. And after a week, I went to Moorfield Eye Hospital. When they were doing my laser procedure on my left eye, and this retinopathy hemorrhage happened because of my diabetes and blood pressure uncontrolled. And when they were doing my laser, suddenly I felt I was not able to see anything. I was blind in one eye. My left eye was blind. I couldn't see anything. And that was the biggest shock of my life when I couldn't see anything from my left eye. I just didn't know what to do. And slowly, January, my appointment started regular visit to Moorfield Eye Hospital. And then this COVID started in the month of February. And after COVID started, it was very hard for me to make good for appointments. And things were getting bad. But I was like shattered, when I couldn't see with my eye. And fortunately, Moorfield Eye Hospital gave me the hope that I have to undergo a surgery. And with this surgery, I will be able to see again. But the COVID situation was so bad here, and the NHS shielded me. That means I can't go out, I can't meet anyone, not even my friends, no one. All I could do was my husband can go out to throw the rubbish. Neither he was allowed to go out. I was on a very like watch list, like actually they used to call me the government. Are you inside the house? Don't go out. So much of restriction. And it was hard for me because I'm not a type to be inside, to remain inside the house. And it was tough for me. And because the situation was bad, I stopped going for my appointments. But then one appointment I went and doctor said, your eye is bad. You have to undergo a surgery. And they said, we may call you any day, any time. And suddenly I get a call from the Moorfields Eye Hospital. You have to reach hospital in 1 hour's time. And you have to come for the surgery with half an hour notice. And you can imagine my state, COVID time, no one. Then I called my friend Humaira. She was the one who was accompanying me to the hospital all the time. I just told her, can you please get ready and I'm coming to pick you up. My cab driver, Mr. Akhtar, he immediately came, he picked me, we went to Humaira's house. Within 15 minutes time, she was ready. And she took me to the hospital. And we reached the hospital, she dropped me inside till the operation theater outside, and then the surgery took place. I was very nervous, very anxious, like what is going to happen. And then the surgery took place and I came home. I was fine. My husband was in the house, he was taking care of me and all. Exactly on the 7th day, after my surgery, 7th day, I get a message from my brother Sundar. And that message was the most shocking message of my life. And that was, I have one sister, her name is Aruna. She lives in Tamil Nadu, a city called Trichinappalli. That her husband passed away. And that was I just couldn't believe my brother-in-law died suddenly. I spoke to him just 24 hours ago. Like on a Sunday, I'm talking to him. He was excited, happy, and very next, and early morning, I'm getting a message he passed away, and that was it. I was so upset. I can't even go to India because there were air bubble in my eyes. With air bubble, we can't travel, they said. And Corona was so bad here, and Corona cases are so bad in India, and I'm vulnerable. I have diabetes, blood pressure. With all these things, it's not possible to reach in India. And neither my husband was ready to send. And that my mind was like all over the place. Like, what is my sister going to do? She's left. She never worked for 25 years. She's a proper housewife with two little daughters. One is 19 and the other girl she's just 14 years old. My mind was all over the place. What will my sister do for her living? What will she do? It was like, and I used to constantly cry. And with this, and my friends were of great support to me. They used to bring me food and everything and leave outside and go. And exactly after 15 days, I was cooking, and I asked my husband, like what do we do now, with the surgery and the COVID situation and all. He said nothing. We had just been inside the house, and the doctor said for 14 days, they had given me a lot of eye drops, like every day 7 times eye drops, and it was very difficult for me for my bathing, to do any work. It was really, really, really difficult, and I was just inside the house shielding myself. So that is my first part of my story during the COVID, what happened. And the second part of my story is after 15 days, I was cooking, I was in the kitchen, and suddenly I called my husband, come down for lunch. Then my husband said, why are you sounding a bit weird? He found my voice a bit funny. So I said, no. He thought maybe I'm making fun or doing some mimicry of someone. And I didn't take it very seriously. And he also didn't, at that moment, he didn't take it seriously. The very next day, I was having an appointment with Moorfield, so I was waiting to go. So I was on the phone with Humaira. Humaira said, why is your voice so different? You don't sound right, Nalini. Something is wrong with you. She immediately called my husband and said, Nani's voice is not good. It looks like she's having some kind of problem. And she sensed that it was a stroke. Oh gosh. And she said, she insisted, my husband, you call the ambulance right now. And my husband did. And yes, the ambulance did. The paramedics came in, and they when I spoke to them and they observed me, and they said it was like they said it's a brain stroke. That's it. And I was taken to the hospital, Queen's Hospital. Just 15 days ago, I'm having a surgery. After 7 days, my brother-in-law dies. And then I'm thinking about my sister, what will happen to her. And then this brain stroke. And this came as a shock to me and to my husband. It was, and they said no one can accompany me with me to the hospital because of the COVID. They said I have to go alone in the ambulance. Humaira and the cabby guy, my husband, they all followed behind the ambulance to like. And when I went to Queen's Hospital, immediately I was taken for this MRI scan, and they said yes, it is a stroke. The stroke was on the left side, and they found a blood clot. And I was immediately admitted. And that was more shocking. First my surgery, my eyesight, then my sister's husband's death, then this brain stroke. I was devastated. I was so devastated. I was so upset. I didn't know what to do, especially being alone in this country. I have no family here. It's just me and my husband.
Nalini ji, you are still with us, still here with all the positivity. You are inspiring us. What do you say, Deepti?
Yes, Nalini, you're really brave, and you have been through a lot, not only physically, mentally as well. I can see you have no relative, and no friends here, but still you are a strong woman. You're still here, so we really appreciate that, and most of it, we all admire your story because you manage all.
Yeah, these are my friends, Humaira.
Yes.
Humaira.
So we are going to watch brighter side of Nalini ji and say salute. And we are all here for you, Nalini ji. So here we go.
Could have done your names.
You don't want to do it on the laptop.
What I asked for the plan.
Where's your headphone?
Oh, pas wala yan.
Okay.
Huh? Alay daw. Kalau andun ulo siya, ikaw. Andun. Tawan? Maro iPad layout to. Ulo na to program it until she's talking about the cancer.
Thank you.
We're proud of you, Nalini. We're very proud of you. You made it. I'm trying to look for your friends here. Humaira, are you here?
Yes, Humaira is there.
Humaira, Anita, the sister, is there. Okay, because the names are not very clear here, so I'm not able to spotlight them. But yes, friends do help you to get out of it, and you're blessed to have such lovely friends.
Oh, yes, I would like to talk about them.
Yeah.
Nalini ji, as we saw all your wonderful friends around you and your normal life, like you have a group of really good friends. So we would like to know more about your friends as well. Can you please tell us?
Yes. As soon as I came to know I was unwell in Mumbai, I called up my friends in London. And the day I landed from the airport home, Gitika Kaushal, her husband, Mr. Fayaz Bhai, he came out, he knocked on the door and he came with 2 boxes of fresh food. Because knowing me diabetes, the food was made according to the diabetic person. It was so nice. I was hungry, and at that time I got the food at the right time. And Gitika was so, I'm so thankful to Gitika. At that moment, she was really like, and then after the surgery, Humaira used to cook food for me. Shivani was pregnant at that time, but she never she never felt, oh, I'm pregnant, why should I go all the way to give food? No, she came in this in bitter time. She came with food very happily, and she used to give me, and that time COVID was not so much, so they used to all come inside. And the next day, Archana, Pratibha Chaudhary, and Gitika, they all visited me. And and the after my brain stroke, when I came home, my whole body used to ache a lot. I couldn't, I and whatever I used to eat, I used to not like the taste. I couldn't eat. My whole body used to pain, and I most of the time used to be sleepy. So the stroke unit told me, yes, these are the after stroke you will feel like your body you are very tired. You will sleep, and your whole body will ache. That means I couldn't do any work. And again, my friends like Shivani, she will cook food. She'll come. She will shout my name from window. I'll wave to her. She will leave the food, and she just had delivered a baby, and that little boy was only 3 months old. But she never thought, oh, why should I go? Her husband can come. No, she said, I will come. She used to leave the kids with her husband, and she took a bus and she used to come. And with the boxes, she will leave tiny notes. I love you, Nani. I miss you, Nani. Get well soon. So these small things made me feel happy.
Shivani, can we see you? The camera is off, so I'm unable to do spotlight on them. I'd like to see her.
Shivani?
There she is, Shivani.
Okay.
Hi, Shivani.
Shivani.
How's your little one, Shivani? You're mute. We can't hear you.
Oh, yes, Shivani is there. Yes. Shivani, unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. My regards to everybody. He's doing good. By the grace of God, we all are good. And I'm happy, so happy to see Nanu here inspiring all of us. And she's been so brave and so strong. And I'm proud of you, Nanu. And be strong. That's all I want to say. Thank you.
She comes outside my house and she'll sing the song. Jane man bahar nikal. Sing that song for me.
That is so cute. I know.
Jane man bahar nikal. And she'll sing that song, and I then open. I tell her, go stand out. Then she'll go far with her mask, and she'll sing, and then she'll go. And one day, Rashmi ji, one day I just told her, Shivani, I feel like eating, I asked her the question, do you know how to make sabudana vada? And she said, yes, I know. And you won't believe, next day evening, she's screaming my name to open the door and take the dabba. And inside the dabba, there was sabudana vada and some red chutney. It was amazing, amazing. What I felt like eating, it was there for me. Thank you, Shivani. That was the best surprise. That was so good. Thank you.
No, that's all right.
And
You're most welcome.
first of all, I have to thank Pooja Patel. Pooja Patel for introducing me Shivani. She was Shivani's friend. Pooja Patel, thank you so
Pooja
much. For
Patel, can we see you? There she is.
Yes.
Oh, 1 minute.
Yes, she was the one who
Oh.
introduced me.
Unmute yourself. अरे ये तो अपनी पूजा है यार, ये तो अपनी पूजा है.
Yes. हाँ,
नलिनी जी के लिए तो आना पड़ेगा ना, और
हाँ.
किसी को ना है, हाँ?
Thank you.
So the Nalini I know, she's too strong.
हाँ.
I whatever she has gone through, hats off to her. I know her friends circle, I know her, I know each one of them. Really, like in our events, many people have bonded together. But this is a friendship bond, what I see for them. It makes me so feel, you know, at least I could be of some use to someone, at least some channel, some medium to it. It really feels nice. Stay connected and stay blessed.
Thank you. Yes. Then I would like to talk about Humaira.
Humaira is here.
Yes.
Okay, I'm trying to look for Humaira. Humaira, switch on your camera, please. Is that you? 1 minute. Is that you? Okay.
Hello. Hello, everybody.
Yeah, hi, Humaira.
I would like to say a few words about Humaira. I came to
I don't.
each and every hospital appointment with a beautiful smile. She will accompany me. She has 4 little kids, but she never once showed tension on her face. Oh no, I have to pick my child, I have my massage to go. She never told me, not even once she made me feel guilty, like, oh no, I'm you, like, you know, her work is there, her she has to, but never once she made me feel. But very happily she accompanied me to all the appointments, whether it be a blood test, whether it be a doctor's appointment, whether it be a heart scan. Yes, she came with me everywhere. She is the one who did most of our shopping, the Asian shopping. Since we were not allowed to go out, she did the shopping. She never once said, buy this. No, I'm very, very grateful to her husband for supporting her. Without her husband's support, she can't do all this. So thank you, Suhail Bhai, also. So it's with thank you, Humaira. You have been very support. Each and every time, any time, whenever unwell, I should tell Humaira, and she came smilingly. But not even once she had a doubt. Why should I go? Why can't somebody else go? No, she said, I will come. That's it. And only she'll say, if you know the date prior, let me know. And that's it. But never. Thank you, Humaira. You have been really a support to me. She was such a big support to me. Such a big support to me. I don't know how to. As much as I talk about her will be less only, because so much to say about her. And it's not just me. If tomorrow, if anyone will call her and say, yes, any help, she will be there. She will be there for anyone. She will be there. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I'm so blessed to have her.
Love you, Nani.
My whole family knows her now. Anything, they'll contact her now. Yeah. Next,
I think all these people make so much of a difference in our lives. It, you know,
yes.
it's so much.
I would like to talk about Gitika.
Gitika, I can't see her. Gitika, are you here? Please switch on your camera. There she is.
Hello. Hi.
Gitika, when she knew I was coming from India, she sent her husband with food. She couldn't come, but you know, that's the best part. You know, they have the husband's support, and she was so good. When I was unwell, she was following up with me on my health issues on the phone. She will make her daughter talk to me and make me feel cheerful. She'll make video call with all the friends, and all the kids will say, hi Nani, auntie, how are you? So seeing the kids used to make me feel very happy, and they all motivated me really. Yes.
Nani, we wanted to do a lot more, but जितना हम कर पाए उतना हमने किया. Thankfully, अब सबसे खराब time निकल गया है. So
yes,
let's all be a big happy family.
Yes, thank you. Archana is not there, I think.
I don't think Archana is there. नहीं, मुझे दिखे नहीं वो list में.
Okay. Archana is not there, but Rashmi ji, Archana, I would like to say a few words about her also.
Go on.
She was the one who will ask me, okay, what do you want? What do you feel like eating? And I know her chole. She makes lovely chole. So I used to take full advantage. Ab se main chole khaungi iske haath ke. So I'll tell her what I wanted. And what about after my brain stroke, her husband, out of the way. They never asked me. Her husband went to a shop, Asian shop. He bought frozen rotis, then all this kohinoor, dal makhani, pav bhaji, aloo saag, all the ready food. He said, there is food for you, but for your husband, he can always warm this food and eat. That is so nice of him. Who will think about my husband? He thought about my husband. He bought a whole bag full of food for my husband, so that when he's hungry, he can always warm the food and eat. And then my husband asked him, okay, give us the bill, we want to pay you. But till now they said, no, this we did out of our love. We don't want money for the what we purchase we did. That was out of his own wish he did that for us. I'm so thankful to Archana and Gaurav Nigam. And finally, I would like to thank my friend Pratibha Chaudhary. She's not there. Everyone must be knowing Pratibha Chaudhary, Mommaid Catering.
Yeah.
Yeah. She also a couple of times cooked for me and sent it to a friend. But the best thing about them was, yes, one friend did ask me, oh, don't you think at this, because when I had eye problem, my husband was working in a place called Channel Island. He was in Guernsey, and he couldn't travel from every time for my appointment. But then one friend just asked, oh, don't you think a husband should be with you at this time? Then I said, because he's not unable to come, I'm taking help from friends. But none of my other friends had even a single doubt why this, that reasoning, and everyone out of their own wish, own will, they helped me out. And my journey went quite good only because of this friends. Humera, Yitika, Archana, Shivani, Pratibha. Pooja Patel helped me. Thank you, Pooja, for introducing me. Lakshmi, who was a home-based South Indian caterer. She used to make South Indian food and give. Yes, and yes, and then in the month of November, when the second wave started here, I came to know Rashmi ji was in Mumbai, and I took full advantage of it. Now I'll talk to her. She's in Mumbai, my city. And I used to call her at any odd times. India mein 12 baje, kabhi 2 baje, but she will talk to me. Then I told her my problem. She just said one word, tum Nalini, tum kitna zinda dil insan ho. Why this happened to you? That zinda dil word was so motivating. I said, oh, she said, you're such a zinda dil person. Why this happened to you? And then she used to regularly keep in touch with me. And then she introduced me to Sheila Amma. Sheila Amma is there? Sheila?
No, I can't see her.
Okay. Yeah, I spoke to her. And I got to go a lot of contacts through her from my Indian Inspiring Women for yoga, for a lot of things. I got a lot of help from this group also. Thank you. Thank you, my friends. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nalini ji, for sharing your inspiring story on our IIW platform. Thank you so much for coming. And now it's time for us to invite another guest, Mrs. Anjana Thaker. She is one of the survivor of COVID, as well as she's fighting with the cancer as well, and she has been so brave throughout her journey in this COVID time. And all I can say about her is, मुस्कुरा के वो गमों को झेल चढ़ाती है, मुस्कुरा के वो गमों को चढ़ाती है, जज्बा जिंदा दिली का है ऐसा उनका कि ये भूल कर खुद के गम दूसरों के घर में दिया जलाती है, खुशियों के दिए जलाती हैं. So let's welcome our beautiful guest, Anjana ji. Over to you, Anjana ji. How are you doing today?
I'm very good. Thank you. Thank you for the lovely introduction.
कुछ पाने की हो आस आस, कोई अरमा हो जो खास खास आशाएं, हर कोशिश में हो बार बार, करे दरियाओं को आर पार आशाएं. कुछ पाने की हो आस आस कोई अरमा हो जो खास खास आशाएं हर कोशिश में हो बार बार करे दरियाओं को आर पार आशाएं
Thank you, Nilanjana ji. Hello, Anjana ji. Hello, Anjana ji. Welcome to our show. How are you doing today?
I'm very well, thank you. Lovely day. I've done so much today already. I've had already done 3 Zoom calls and I've got another one to go to after 7.
Lovely.
So being busy, yes. Thank you for inviting me to the show. Okay, so
Anjana ji, can you please share your story so we can all feel motivated through your journey?
Sure. Okay, so beginning of 2020, before the pandemic, I was diagnosed with lymphoma, which is a type of blood cancer, which is obviously was a shock to me, shock to the family. But at the obviously I didn't take it in. When somebody tells you that it doesn't sink in straight away, and then I was told that I will need chemotherapy. So I was supposed to go to my best friend's son's wedding in Italy. So I said, fine, can I attend a wedding? And when I come back, I can start the treatment. And they said, we'll see. So they were doing all this test and stuff. And then the pandemic came in. And right in the middle of the first peak of the pandemic, they said I needed to start my treatment. And so all sorts of thoughts were going through because the hospitals were overwhelmed. There was like lockdown. I was worried about catching COVID, going for the treatment. I didn't tell anybody. It's just immediate family, my son, my daughter, my husband. I didn't want to tell anybody else at all. And because we were in denial, we just didn't believe it. Anyway, so they gave me a date for my first treatment, which was in April, and that was the week when Northwick Park Hospital, my local hospital, was overwhelmed and there was a state of emergency. So I was thinking, fine, they're going to delay my treatment and nothing's going to happen. But I was so lucky that they continued with my treatment and everything went so smoothly. Like the world was fighting with COVID and I was fighting cancer, and I couldn't believe my luck. I think God must have been on my side because the lockdown happened. So I wasn't going anywhere. Nobody else was going anywhere. So I didn't have to explain myself to anybody. I was continuing with all my activities because everything was virtual. I was so strong that even after having my treatment, I used to come home and join in the Zoom calls, in the Zoom activities. So nobody really found out and nobody even suspected anything except my friends kept on asking me, why aren't you coloring your hair? And I was saying, oh, the salons are closed. There's no hairdressers open. So I got away with that. I was lucky enough not to lose any hair with my treatment. And Rashmiji was the first person who actually had this event, Ek Sham Aapke Naam, and my sister and I joined that. Rashmiji, thank you for that. That was actually the first treatment week that I joined your show, and then after that, I was introduced to Joydeep for EEL. And he asked me to do Antakshi for EEL, which I did. Obviously, all my BSNL activities continued. So I was kept busy. My mind was occupied. one thing I would tell everybody is, no matter what you go through, no matter what you do, if you're positive and you divert your thoughts into something else that you love doing, I think you can pull through anything. You can get through anything. As most of you know, I love singing, and I'm not a professional singer, but I do love singing. I joined all these karaoke groups all the time. I was singing, and I think singing helps you. I think it really helps to calm your mind. Obviously, I was shielding. I was actually shielding for a full year, but because I was shielding, my family has had to shield. So I was really feeling sorry for everybody. Before my diagnostic, I was actually supporting my daughter with her 2 kids, and then the table turned, so she had to support me. So not only she was like working from home, looking after 2 kids, running around after me, cooking for me. I was lucky, my son actually lives in Denmark, and I was lucky that he came here for a week, and then the flight stopped, so he actually spent 2 months with me. So I had his support. Obviously, my husband was there, and my daughter she was like a doctor. She was looking after my diet. She was make sure I do. My son was making sure I was doing exercises. I was taking my medications on a regular basis. I was sleeping well, and they made like my room. She cleared my room thoroughly. She gave me this lovely desktop where I could join my Zoom meetings and that. It's like I must have done something good in life that I told a couple of very good friends about my what I was going through, and they supported me. But funnily enough, all my other friends who didn't know, even during the lockdown, they were like Nalini ji said, they were actually making food and bringing it for me, not even knowing that I was going through this. And I was like, when you have the chemotherapy, you actually feel really sick and you don't feel the taste of food. And they were bringing me this lovely Indian snacks, and that's not even realizing my sister Jyoti, she was, every time she made something nice, she would say, oh, I've left something outside. Can you take it in? Same with my other friends, not knowing, God must be telling them, do this for Anjana. And they were doing it without even realizing how much they were helping me. And I joined other groups, Woman to Woman, IIW, and whatever events I could join, I joined. So basically, all I want to say is that keep yourself occupied, be positive. You can go through anything. That's all I wanted to say. But after 3, I was diagnosed, they planned 6 cycles for me, but after 3 cycles, they did a scan and they said, you are in the clear now, so you don't need any more treatments. I could not believe my luck, because after first and second treatment, I was fine, but after the 3rd one, I came home. I said to everybody, I don't want any more treatments. It doesn't matter what happens, because I can't go through this again. And God must have answered my prayers again. So after the 3rd treatment, the scan came clear, and they said, you don't need any more treatments. And right now, I'm not on any medication. I'm just living a normal life. So I'm so grateful to all the friends who then found out and prayed for me, for my family, for the support I got from my daughter, my son, my husband, and a couple of friends who were always there for me, Kashmira and Jyoti Nathwani. And that's all I have to say. So to end this interview, I'd like to sing one of my favorite songs, which is inspirational. I'm not, as I said, Nilanjana ji is such a brilliant singer. I loved her Durga Stuti, but I'm going to try this song, and I hope you will like it. गाना पड़ेगा। जिंदगी प्यार का गीत है, इसका हर दिल को गाना पड़ेगा। जिंदगी गम का सागर भी है, हंस के उस पार जाना पड़ेगा। जिसका जितना हो आंचल यहाँ पर, उसको सौगात उतनी मिलेगी। ला 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 ला। जिसका जितना हो आंचल यहाँ पर, उसको सौगात उतनी मिलेगी। फूल जीवन में गर ना खिले तो कांटों से भी निभाना पड़ेगा। जिंदगी प्यार का गीत है, उसके हर दिल को गाना पड़ेगा। अगर दूर मंजिल तो क्या, रास्ता भी है मुश्किल तो क्या। ला 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 ला। अगर दूर मंजिल तो क्या, रास्ता भी है मुश्किल तो क्या। रात तारों पर ना मिले तो दिल का दीपक जलाना पड़ेगा। जिंदगी प्यार का गीत है, इसे हर दिल को गाना पड़ेगा। The last verse is my favorite verse. जिंदगी एक पहेली भी है, सुख दुख की सहेली भी है। ला 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 ला। जिंदगी एक पहेली भी है, सुख दुख की सहेली भी है। जिंदगी एक वचन भी तो है, जिसे सबको निभाना पड़ेगा। जिंदगी प्यार का गीत है, इसे हर दिल को गाना पड़ेगा। जिंदगी गम का सागर भी है, हंस के उस पार जाना पड़ेगा। Thank you very much. I'm so grateful to
Brilliant
all my
singing.
friends who joined today. Ilaben, Jyoti, there's other friends who've joined. I think their videos are of my sister Nirmala Ben, Vyas, Sodamini, Shobna Ben, Smita Shukla. There's so many, Sulu. So many of my friends have joined. Thank you all so much for joining and encouraging me, because I was a bit nervous, and I was hoping to say so much, but I just could not do it. I just said whatever I came in my mind. So I hope it was okay. Thank you, Rashmiji. Thank you to the IIW team.
Thank you for
There you
coming, Anjana ji. It was really lovely meeting you, because we can feel the positivity now. You have just given all your energy to our platform, and we really admire you for being such brave women. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me, and thank you all for listening to me. As I said, I could not talk about it in the beginning, so nobody knew. But as soon as I found out I was okay and I was doing well, I became brave and I started talking about it to everybody. And I can't believe now I can actually go on Zoom and speak about it. So I think that's a great achievement for myself.
Yes, you're doing a really good job. I can feel you're a very strong woman, and I hats off to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Have a
Kalpana,
wonderful evening.
Kalpana is my good friend too. Kalpana, thank you for joining.
Anjana, I'm really, I didn't know that you were going through so much when you participated in our Ek Sham Aapke Naam. And then I remember I suggested your name for EEL Antakshari, which was immediately after Ek Sham Aapke Naam. And
Yes.
oh my God, and you were so good both the times, you know, even for Ek Sham Aapke Naam, you were awesome, and you sang a very nice, peppy song. I'm like, oh my God, this really is inspiring. You didn't let anybody know about your pain, and I'm aware that it's not easy. All those treatment is not easy. It's very painful. Gosh, we're so proud of you and Nalini. Both of you have really made a remarkable journey, come so far, so strong. We salute you both. Thank you so much. So at Inspiring Indian Women, we are always looking for inspiring stories. If any one of you have gone through any situation which has been worth it, then you need to come out and say, I did it, and we need to hear your stories. So do join us, everyone. And thank you, Deepti, Uniyal, lovely, beautiful host there. And Nilanjana, who's always been fantastic and helping us out whenever possible. Nilanjana from Indradhanush Kids, they're starting their Bharatnatyam new batches. If anybody interested, do join it. And we will meet again at Inspiring Indian Women in after 2 days. Thank you once again, all the friends. You all have been lovely. Because of you all, that you know, people can fight it out. Friends are really important, and I really feel blessed that I can see so many beautiful people in front of me. This is what is Inspiring Indian Women. All of you are, each one of you make IIW so special. Thanks a lot. Salute to each one of you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Jai
And
Hind.
Jai Mata Di, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Namaskar. And wonderful
Thank you,
to
Nilanjan.
hear so much. You all inspired me.
Thank you, Deepti ji.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Nalini. Thank you,
Bye.
Anjana ji. Thank you, Nalini ji.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Deepti.
Rashmi and Nilanjana ji, for supporting me throughout. Thank you.
Thank you, Rashmi ji.
Deepti, you are such a sweetie.
I'll go there.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
And hope to meet
Bye.
one of you
Bye-bye.
after the lockdown. Everything is over. We need to have a party.
Definitely.
Oh, yes. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Yes, Nalini, we will be there in East London playing Garba this year, you know.
And yes, yes.
Yeah. Take
Bye,
care.
everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.